Third, and I'm Maria Shakil. Jharkhand Chief Minister Hemant Soren will appear before the Enforcement Directorate in Ranchi tomorrow. The ED, that is the Enforcement Directorate, in its investigation into at least 3 money laundering cases, claims to have compelling evidence against the current Chief Minister, implicating him in a land case, illegal mining and coal mining in the state of Jharkhand. As trouble mounts for incumbent Chief Minister, there is concern growing of misuse of agencies also in the neighboring state. In Bihar, former Deputy Chief Minister Tejashwi Yadav was questioned in the land for job scam for over 8 hours today. He was named as an accused in the first CBI charge sheet. His father and RJD Supremo Lalu Yadav was questioned for almost 10 hours just a day before. That's the question that I'm going to ask on the show tonight. Is this witch hunt, as opposition alleges, or is this agencies following the course of law? First, the story.
Jharkhand Chief Minister Hemant Soren making public appearances multiple times in the day. This comes 24 hours after Enforcement Directorate sleuths swooped down on addresses in Delhi linked to him, looking to question him in the money laundering case linked to a Jharkhand land scam. Hemant Soren chaired a meeting with MLAs of the ruling alliance at the Chief Minister's residence in Ranchi. Interestingly, his wife Kalpana Soren was also present, fueling further speculation of her taking the Chief Minister's post in case Soren is arrested. But amid all the optics, Soren himself kept his statements cryptic at best. The Enforcement Directorate has already questioned the Jharkhand Chief Minister earlier this month, the first time they got to do so after Soren skipped 8 summons. In the searches it conducted on Monday, the agency sources claimed they had seized 36 lakhs in cash and 2 luxury cars. The JMM meanwhile said that their party leader is not afraid of anyone.
मैं तो बहुत साफ शब्दों में कह देना चाहता हूं कि हेमंत सोरेन ना तो हिम्मत विश्व शर्मा है, ना तो अजीत पवार है और ना ही नीतीश कुमार है. वो वीर शिबू सोरेन का बेटा हेमंत सोरेन.
Earlier in the day, the Jharkhand governor also stepped into the conversation about Hemant Soren's whereabouts as the BJP attacked the Chief Minister.
We are also waiting for the CM's response. Nobody is above the law. I am repeatedly telling it. We have to work within the Constitution. We all are law-abiding citizens.
अरे जिस राज्य के मुख्यमंत्री पुलिस से डरता हो, सीबीआई से डरता हो, ईडी से डरता हो, अफसर से डरता हो, तो अफसरों से काम वो कैसे करा सकते हैं? तो ऐसे डरपोक अगर कोई मुख्यमंत्री सत्ता में बैठे रहेंगे तब तो इस राज्य का बेड़ा गर्क हो जाएगा.
Hemant Soren will be questioned by the Enforcement Directorate on Wednesday, and on Tuesday the Jharkhand Chief Minister held a series of meetings with MLAs of the ruling alliance in the presence of his wife, leading to speculation that the ruling alliance and the JMM were putting in place a plan B for the political situation that will unfold just in case the Jharkhand Chief Minister is arrested by the central agency. With Hemant Sharma and camera person Ashok Mahale, in Ranchi, Saurabh Gupta, NDTV.
And joining me now, Pranav Jha, spokesperson of the Congress. We have R.P. Singh representing the BJP. Also, Dr. Tanuj Khatri representing JMM, Naval Kishore of the RJD, and A.P. Singh, former CBI director. A.P. Singh, let me begin with you. You know, elections are around the corner.
Sure. Yeah,
and both the parties and their leaders are alleging that, if anything, this is witch hunt. Given the nature of evidence and the fact that the cases have been going on for way too long, the timing will certainly be a suspect. Mr. Singh?
Well, Mariam, I can only tell you something about how the CBI functions. I'm not aware of the systems in place for ED. Now, in CBI, one thing has to be very clear, that CBI can only investigate cases against central government and central government employees. They cannot investigate in the states. So most of these cases that are given to CBI are given either by the High Court or the Supreme Court. So they have a mandate to investigate. It is not done suo moto. It's not as if CBI has gone and, raided politicians. I'm getting a lot of echo in this.
I'll try and fix that, sir. Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah. So CBI has very established systems. They are there to investigate, and I don't think I haven't heard of CBI having suddenly rushed and tried to arrest some chief minister or some big politician. It's all a process, and it's very systematic. And these are cases when they're given to CBI by Supreme Court or the High Court, they are being supervised by the same courts. So the courts are absolutely aware of what is happening and where the investigation is going. And they, in fact, earlier it could be a month or it could be every 3 months. You have to submit a report to the court saying what is the progress and what have you done and what is the further investigation. So these are all court monitored cases mostly. I mean, there may be an odd case, like for example, the case against the Delhi chief minister in this alcohol scam. In that case, it's a central. They are in the central government. I mean, the officers are from the union territory. The chief minister is from the union territory, and the LG has given that mandate to the CBI to investigate. So I don't think that as far as CBI is concerned, there is any kind of witch hunt. As far as ED is there, I'm not in a position to comment on how the ED functions.
Pranav Jha,
but I
the
could
Congress
tell
Party,
you about CBI.
This is multiple, India alliance partners members. That's the way India is looking at. Be it, Abhishek Banerjee in the state of Bengal, to Hemant Soren in Jharkhand, to Lalu Yadav and family in the state of Bihar, and the list is long. All of you had approached the court, making it a talking point that there is witch hunt, but you did not get any reprieve or relief from the court. So certainly investigating agencies are right when they are questioning these leaders, because there is enough evidence to say so.
No, I'm afraid I do not think, and majority of the people on the opposition side, or at least on the neutral side, will agree that there are enough evidence. And I'm happy that you spoke about a pattern. And if you look at the pattern, not just now at present, even in the past, who are at the receiving end of these agencies? These are mainly leaders from opposition. In fact, all of them are from opposition state. All of them are on the other side of the power. All of them are part of or were part of India Group. In the recent case, if you look at what happened in Bihar, there you see clearly you see a pattern. And before that, if I invoke Maharashtra, the two dots connect. And the third dot that we are talking about is the Jharkhand dot, which is connecting again. So the Maharashtra, which has 48 seats, Bengal, which has 42 seats, they managed to destabilize, weaken the alliance, take away our partners. Now they are targeting Hemant. They perhaps want him to separate from Congress.
Pranav, but the question is, when you, in fact, 14 political parties of opposition, which was led by the Congress, had approached the Supreme Court saying that there is some kind of arbitrary use of central agencies like the ED or the CBI, you got no relief from the Supreme Court.
Unfortunately, Maria, you know that we, having ruled the state for majority years of the time, we hold the Supreme Court actually supreme in our eyes, and we believe that it does deal things in a fair way, in a fair manner. Having said that, there are also instances where we see that perhaps it does not. Today, for instance, if you look at the mayoral election in Chandigarh, I don't know how the courts are going to act.
You know, that's a
But-
different issue.
but a large
That's a
number of
different issue.
people-
You had essentially
saying
said,
that-
no. I'm looking at
no,
what
no,
is
that-
the charge.
that-
What was the opposition's claim when they approached
Listen,
the
listen,
courts
hold on. Hold
in
on,
case
hold on.
of these agencies? Let me bring in
Maria.
Naval Kishore as
Maria,
well.
no.
Naval Kishore, the tenure which is under investigation is the time when Lalu Prasad Yadav was the railways minister. That is from 2004 to 2009. The CBI and the ED say that they have enough and more evidence, and this is under the prevention of money laundering case. The best part, though, certainly I would say, is that unlike other chief ministers, say Hemant Soren and even Arvind Kejriwal, Tejashwi Yadav has presented himself before the court, and so did his father.
You know, definitely.
Investigating agency, I meant. Yes. Go
No,
ahead.
definitely there is no question against any investigating agency, since it is the highest organization or agencies in this country on which people of India believe. What concerns us that the misuse of these organization as a tool of political party to serve the interest of political party is what concerns us. You know, the cases have been closed by the CBI itself. The cases have been closed once by ED itself. So trying with a supplementary charge sheet, there are so many ways in which we can doubt the intention of this government that who are trying to malign the face. You know, the term of Lalu Prasad Yadav was discussed internationally because he brought railway from a state of no profit to the profit of 1 lakh crore, and nobody can discount that. This government is hell-bent to discredit Lalu Prasad Yadav by putting it in a case where the FIR is not registered by the railway ministry. Yeah, that kind of intention of BJP is being questioned in the eye of the people. Why?
But isn't this a court-monitored probe, Naval Kishore? Because Mr. Katyal, who was arrested by the ED, is the one, and he's believed to be a close associate of Mr. Yadav, and he was a promoter of AK Info Systems. He's the one who's under the scanner, and thereafter we are seeing the process of law take its form.
No, I have nothing to make a comment against whatever you were saying. I'm just saying the intent and way in which, you know, the 4 cases were closed in 2013 by the same CBI. Why it was opened after 2014? Number one, this same case of Landford job was closed in 2008. Why it has been opened after 2014? The intention and the objective of BJP, who is largely losing its popularity day by day, they want to utilize these agencies.
But all this is very well, Dr. Naval Kishore. But why weren't you able to convince the apex court? Because 14 parties went to the court. You had, submitted some data as well, in which you had said that between 2004 to 2014, that's 10 years, during the tenure of UPA, 43 of the 72 political leaders were investigated by the CBI, and of them, 60% were from the opposition parties. However, they said that under the BJP government, that the opposition parties accounted for 95% of the cases being investigated by the CBI and ED. So if this is not witch hunt, then what was the charge that was, that was the nature of the petition that was used? Yes, please, go ahead. Dr. Tanuj Khatri. The chief minister who went missing is now back in action. So what's really happening in Ranchi?
देखिए, जब ईडी ने माननीय मुख्यमंत्री को समन किया, उसका सभी तरीके से जवाब देने का काम किया। पिछले दिनों भी मुख्यमंत्री आवास में ईडी के अधिकारी आए थे और जो भी उनकी जिज्ञासा थी, उसको शांत करने का काम माननीय मुख्यमंत्री ने किया। और उसके पहले स्वयं मुख्यमंत्री ईडी कार्यालय गए थे, और उसके बाद अभी पिछले दिनों ईडी ने कहा था कि 27 तारीख से लेकर के 31 तारीख के बीच में आप एक समय और स्थान बताइए। अब 27 तारीख चूंकि शनिवार था और उसके दिन संडे जो छुट्टी होता है, अब 29 तारीख को माननीय मुख्यमंत्री के कार्यालय ने कहा कि आप 31 तारीख को आइए, स्थान मुख्यमंत्री आवास और समय 1 बजे। तो इतनी क्या हड़बड़ाहट थी कि ठीक उसी समय मुख्यमंत्री के दिल्ली के आवास में आप पहुंच जाते हैं, और जबकि मुख्यमंत्री वहां पर थे भी नहीं आवास में। तो ये हड़बड़ाहट समझ से परे है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी को आखिर क्या बौखलाहट है, जो वैसे दल जो उसके
will you
साथ
respond to this? Why this impatient hurry? When the Chief Minister has said clearly that he will be appearing before the ED on a particular date, he has given that letter, he has sent that letter on 31st, on that day itself, that he'll appear on 31st. So why this hurry? What is this messaging or narrative setting that is being done?
पहले ये तो बताएं 40 घंटे सीएम साहब कहाँ थे वो ये कह रहे हैं दिल्ली नहीं थे तो कहाँ थे वो, रांची में नहीं थे, दिल्ली नहीं थे तो कहाँ थे वो, और कौन सी गाड़ी से वो दिल्ली से रांची जा रहे थे वो भी बता दीजिए। कौन सी गाड़ी, इनोवा गाड़ी थी जिसमें दिल्ली से रांची गए थे, और कौन सा पीएसओ था जो उनको लेकर गया था, ड्राइव कर गया था, और मोबाइल कैसे ऑफ था उनका इतने देर के लिए। तो ये तो पहली बार हुआ है कि इतिहास में कि कोई चीफ मिनिस्टर 40 घंटे के लिए लापता हो जाए या गायब हो जाए या नाराज हो जाए। तो पहली बार सुना है कि हमने chief minister was not to be seen or not to be found anywhere, but that's not a question. The question is that he has to be present in the meeting. आपको टोका के मैंने, आपने पूरा टोका के आपको सर वो कहाँ
क्यों व्याकुल थी कि मुख्यमंत्री कहाँ है?
वो 36 लाख रुपए किसका ये बताकर जाइएगा, और दो गाड़ियां किसकी ये बताकर जाइएगा।
आपको क्या चिंता हो रही थी, और आपको इतनी चिंता थी तो आपका गृह मंत्रालय क्या कर रहा था? आपके केंद्रीय गृह मंत्रालय क्या कर रहा था?
36 लाख रुपए किसका है
तो वही
वो बताकर जाइएगा।
दिल्ली में तो आपकी पुलिस है ना,
मुख्यमंत्री जी का है वो, उनके घर से जो 36 लाख रुपए नकद पाएगा किसका है वो, और दो गाड़ियां किसकी है वो जो पाएगी उनके घर से।
भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने रखने का काम किया है वहां पे, आप ही ने रखने का काम किया है क्या?
ठीक है, तो ये कोर्ट में जाकर बोलिएगा। यहाँ आपके यहाँ कुछ होने वाला नहीं।
Pranav Jha, Naval Kishore, Tanuj Khatri, all have made one point, which is clear that this is some act of desperation on your part and misuse of agencies, central agencies, only because you realize that elections are around the corner and you have to put pressure on the agencies. You have to respond to this opposition charge, because if you look at those images that came yesterday, Lalu Yadav, 75-year-old man, questioned for 10 hours. It's not that he's running away from agencies. He presented himself before the agency and he was questioned. Tomorrow, Hemant Soren will be appearing. This narrative of him going missing was not something that came from the JMM. It was built by the BJP. So my question is, why is it that these agencies are interrogating only leaders of opposition, in opposition as well?
Well, if the corruption has been done by the opposition, I mean, Lalu Yadav ji has been convicted in a case. So what do you want to say?
But not in this case. Not in this case.
But not in this case. But I mean, no. You have been very sympathetic to Lalu Yadav by saying that 75 years of age. I mean, there was 75 years of age. If you have thought of when he was doing corruption, taking people's land for job. I mean, it's all known that he gave without any ad being published in any newspaper, not by the procedures. Now he's being questioned. I mean, if he's questioned for that, there's a problem. And if the chief minister who doesn't turn up even after 10 notice has been issued to the man, I mean, obviously the ED has right to go and raid his place, and you have not asked a question whose that money is, and the man is saying this BJP's money, 36 lakh. I mean, when ED raised, the money is being there, and there are witnesses for that.
And the investigating agency, AP Singh, how does it actually work that Tejashwi was a little child then, and he has been made and accused in the CBI charge sheet?
So,
in his
child,
role? How does it actually work? I mean, help us understand this case. AP Singh?
Can you repeat the question?
Yes. My question is that Tejashwi Yadav is saying that he was, you know, he was small. I mean, he was just 6-7 years old when this alleged scam happened, when his father was the railways minister, and he has been made an accused in the first charge sheet which was filed by the CBI.
Well, I don't know the facts, so I cannot comment on it. But yes, it seems a bit unusual if you are 6 or 7 years old that you should be charge sheeted. But I'm sure when it goes to court, then the court looks at the charge sheet. No, it looks at the charge sheet before it frames charges. So at that time, they must have given cogent reasons why he has been charge sheeted. It must be given in court, and court has accepted those charges.
So the point is that none of these leaders are getting any relief from the court. Then why blame the investigating agencies? Let me begin with you, Pranav Jha. Starting from Delhi, from the deputy chief minister, former deputy chief minister who is in jail, to other ministers, none of them have got any relief from the courts. So certainly
Yes,
the evidence against them is strong enough for them to be not granted bail.
No, Maria, no. You need to, your viewers need to understand the point that you're raising, that since the court is not giving relief, therefore something is wrong. The court is not giving relief because the laws have been made in such a way that you don't get relief. And these laws have been made afresh. Amendments were brought by this government in this tenure, and they have been made so stringent that they do not get relief. And let me tell you, these cases that you are saying, are they being tried in the court? For instance, जो केस आज हेमंत सोरेन जी के खिलाफ इन्होंने ये ईडी चेज कर रही है उनको, एक मुख्यमंत्री को, और आरपी सिंह जी कह रहे हैं कि कहाँ गायब रहे वो, ये मतलब सुबह से तमाशा बना हुआ है। और ये किसने बनाया? आई एम हैप्पी आपने कहा कि ये मीडिया ने बनाया, ये बीजेपी ने बनाया, और मीडिया उसको प्ले अप कर रही है। मुख्यमंत्री क्या कर रहा है? उसने विधायक दल का बैठक बुलाया, उसने वहां वो अपने उसका अधिकार है, और आप उसको हॉन्ट कर रहे हैं, उसको चेज कर रहे हैं। वो आपकी एजेंसी के पास गया है जब आपने उसको 20 तारीख को बुलाया है, आपने उसको एक डेट दिया कि 29 से 31 के बीच आप हाजिर होइए, आप हमसे बात करिए, और उसने जवाब दिया लिख करके कि हम 31 तारीख को आपको मिलेंगे। अभी 31 तारीख गुजरा नहीं है और आपने चेज शुरू कर दिया, आपने ड्रामा शुरू कर दिया।
Will you respond to this, RP Singh? When he has already given a date to the investigating agency, then why this political narrative against the chief minister?
ये आप चेहरा दिखा रही है ना, ये इनके खिलाफ कहाँ इन्वेस्टिगेशन हुआ है? ये है हेमंत शर्मा, विश्वा शर्मा जी, ये कहाँ है? ये मुकुल राय जी कहाँ है? ये लोग ये कहाँ है?
मेरा चैलेंज स्वीकार करिए। अगर हेमंत विश्वा शर्मा के खिलाफ आपके पास एक प्रूफ है, अभिषेक वर्मा जी को और कपिल सिब्बल जी को यूज करिए और कोर्ट जाइए, और मैं फीस दूंगा उनकी। अगर
भाई साहब आप
हार गए तो दुगना
भाई साहब आप अपने भाई साहब आपके
बिना बात के आरोप लगाने का लाभ नहीं, परंतु 10 नोटिस के बाद अगर मुख्यमंत्री गायब होगा,
सरदार जी, ओ सरदार जी,
करने का
भाई साहब
जवाब दिया कि 36 उनके घर से किसका पाया गया, वो जो
अरे सुन लो,
पकड़ी गई,
अरे सुन लो,
करोड़ रुपए की वो किसकी है?
ओ भाई साहब,
ओके,
आप आरोप लगा रहे हो गृह मंत्री के ऊपर, आपका गृह मंत्री झूठा है।
Khatri, I want to understand from you what is the option that the chief minister has.
आपको चैलेंज कर रहा हूं,
आपका गृह मंत्री ने आरोप लगाया, हेमंत
investigation is going is very very clear.
आपके गृह मंत्री ने आरोप लगाया है।
Khatri on the screen now, please.
जिस वकील को आप
मेरे शांत तभी सब पकड़ेगा। क्या पूछा आपने?
मेरा सवाल ये है कि what is going to happen in the next 24 hours? Because, you know, the presence of Hemant's wife, Kalpana, has raised questions of, is this some kind of move similar to what had happened in Bihar? When Lalu Yadav went to jail in fodder scam cases, he gave the chair to his wife, Rabri Devi then.
Next 24 hours में और next 25 years में हम ऐसी लकीर खींचने का काम करेंगे कि झारखंड में भारतीय जनता पार्टी को कोई जगह नहीं मिलेगी। आज भी ये सारी खलबलाहट क्यों है? थोड़ा आपके चैनल के माध्यम से देश को भी समझना चाहिए। झारखंड जो है 40% से ज्यादा मिनरल देता है पूरे देश को, और उसी मिनरल्स पर गंदी नजर है भारतीय जनता पार्टी की। वो उसी खनिज संपदा को अपने पूंजीपति मित्रों को लुटाना चाहते हैं, और उसको हमने रोकने का काम किया है। देखिए अब इनको बेटी लग गई है, बोलना शुरू कर दिया। खनिज पर इनकी बुरी नजर है, इनकी लाज टपकती है कि कैसे झारखंड की सत्ता हत्याएं।
साल में कब हुआ कि किसी मंत्री ने मुख्यमंत्री को
देखिए बीच में बोल रहे हैं, यही तो इनका तरीका है, यही तो संस्कार है, यही तो इनकी सभ्यता है। अरे खनिज पर इनकी बुरी नजर है।
Since it's RP Singh versus three from opposition, I'll give the last word to RP Singh. RP Singh, go ahead. RP Singh, शांत तरीके से जवाब दीजिए, please.
नहीं दे पाएंगे, हो नहीं सकता जवाब ये।
RP Singh जी जवाब दीजिए, please. Go ahead. RP Singh only on the screen now. Yes, RP Singh, go ahead.
बेचैन आत्मा की तरह भटक रही है भारतीय जनता पार्टी। आज कोई मुद्दा नहीं।
When have you heard that chief minister allocated mines to himself, to his company? We have never heard of anything of this sort. वो खुद को ही खनन के ठेके दे दिया अपनी कंपनी को, तो ऑफिस ऑफ प्रॉफिट का केस भी बनता है और भ्रष्टाचार का भी केस बनता है। एंड उस पे होगा तो बोलेंगे नहीं खनन पे नजर है। अरे खनन पे तो आपकी नजर थी, बुरी नजर थी आपकी। आपने बुरी नजर से वो ठेके उठा लिए और अपनी कंपनी को ठेके दे दिए, खुद की मुख्यमंत्री की कंपनी को।
But RP Singh, you know, yes, the courts, the Supreme Court did not give any relief to the opposition petition, did not really entertain it. But the, but the perception in the people's court also matters, isn't it?
Those are not case-to-case basis, Maria. Those are not.
No,
those
but
are
why
not
did the
trials.
opposition go as a bloc? 19 parties together.
It has right. It has right to demand.
You clearly projected that all of you have cases against you and there's targeting of all opposition parties. So the petition in itself was flawed. All right, thank you so much. Pranav Jha, RP Singh, Dr. Khatri, Naval Kishore and AP Singh. Certainly, this is an issue which is not ending any time because the elections are around the corner. That's all from me. Thanks so much for watching.